Hey, Bougie Gang, what's going on? Oh, hey guys, it feels like Monday. Oh, it feels like Monday, but it's Tuesday. Okay, good. Um, hit the like button. Bingo. Yes. Okay, who got here first? Wait, did I see Operation Green Chat? Was there a green chat? Thank you, Boo. Thank you, Boo. Thank you, Boo. Operation Green. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I just love that so much. Guys, Karen Huger is out of jail today. Okay. Have no fear. If you get caught drunk driving, you'll be out in less than a year. Okay. She got a year, but she got 2 years to do a year to really do half a year. So she's getting out today if she's not already out. Okay. Somebody likes the gong. Ah, y'all, what are we talking about today? I did get okay. Y'all, I don't like to talk too much about stuff. So this is what I'm gonna say. If you are missing the video from Sunday's lip service is conveniently located for your viewing pleasure on Facebook and Patreon. If you are a patron, we did a free showing. That might be something I'll do once or twice a month. That if I'm putting something in Patreon for my Patreon members, I might show it over there for all members, and that's free members too. But after it uploads, after the show, like it's like going to the movies. And then after the movie is over, it's just gonna go. So if you miss it or you need to run it back, it's not gonna. You're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna go into where it goes for paid members, right? But when I do a Patreon premiere or something like that, you might be able to catch it. But it's in Facebook. Okay. So yes, Sunday's episode is on Facebook and Patreon. There were some technical difficulties over here on YouTube. And baby, what can I say? This happens. It happens. So my video is not posted. I do have some outtakes and some shorts and stuff posted from it, and I haven't done enough to it. I can possibly repost it, and I might more podcasty, so not the visuals, but I was reading everything to you guys anyway, so there's really nothing to kind of like look at unless you were reading along. And if you want to if you want the read along experience, then that will be on Facebook. But if you guys want me to put it out audio only, I can do that. So it's up to y'all. Anywho, which this is kind of audio only anyway. So, because you're not seeing, I'm not live in the flush. I mean, I am, but I'm on Avatar at the moment, right? I'm gonna have to let the dogs in a minute. Anyway, if you missed Member Live yesterday, we had a time. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. We had a time. And we might be having another time later. Hint, hint. Okay. Hint, hint. We might be having another time later. Okay. So, all of you guys who are in Operation Green Chat, a time was had. Ah! Some foolishness was debunked. Okay. Girl, I hollered, okay? Let me stop. Girl, people are mad. That's all I got to say. People are mad. Yeah, why not? Why not? Girl, it's Virgo season. Y- I'm in I'm in my energy right now. This is my time of the year. Like, have you not noticed, guys? September, I love summer. That's pretty much, girl, it's like the whole year's my year, but like my favorite time of the year, number 1 is summer, that rolls into my next favorite time, which is Virgo season, which rolls into, oh my god, it's almost Halloween, and then damn, it's the holidays. Okay. It's time to make turkeys. It's time to make sweet potato pies. It's time to make cakes and cookies and all of the things. And oh my God, it's going to be 2026. Like the year goes so fast for me because I do love it all. I do love it all. And then the first part of the year is busy because my husband's birthday is in January. Our anniversary is in March. His siblings all have like back-to-back birthdays at the beginning of the year. So do mine. Two of my older sisters are in April. My brother's in March. My sister is like dead in the middle of the year. She's on the summer solstice day, June 27th. Typically, it's either right before or right after. So yeah, we have lots of stuff going on. Usually the whole year goes fast for me, but definitely by the time September comes around, I'm already thinking of what we're doing for the holidays, Christmas. I want to go away so bad this year. I want to go someplace. Now that Farah is older, I feel like, we could do like Christmas in Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? Like she's old enough now that if we were like at a resort, okay, Miss Shaya, that's how I'm feeling. That's Miss Shaya is giving the energy that I want for the holidays this year. S- Summer with some cute shades on and some heat. Okay, not here. So that's what I would like to do. As I was telling my husband, I was like, I really want us to go away this year for the holidays. Um, let's see. 60 something ball. Isn't he 61 ball this year? Anyway, so yeah, we had a time last night. We're gonna have another time today. If you guys I don't even want to talk about it in the but if you guys heard any of the Sylvia uh Sonya shenanigans yesterday night, a mess. Just a mess. Anyway, what are we talking about today? So I did come with the 277 document. I wanted to see what it said about Mark Crawl in here. We've talked about Mark Crawl before. Um Let me see. Oh God. In the document that's 277 pages, Mark Crawl's name shows up 38 times. Um y'all, the whole thing about Candy Relaford, we read this whole thing. What was I just reading today about Melody Scratchin? Oh, that was in here earlier. Yeah. Um oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna have to get the dogs in a second, guys. I let them go outside right before we went live. Um, mm. Okay. I think also that night, what was it, Sunday when we were talking, and I don't know if Joey's around. You guys wanted to hear from Joey. I don't know if Joey is around right now. Lunchtime, Joey Sea Dog, are you available to talk about what's been going on? And do you want to talk about what's been going on? Uh, I don't know if he's around or not. I didn't send the bat signal, so I'm not sure if he's even around. Okay, guys, give me just a second. You guys say hello to each other. I forgot to say who got here first. Hold on a second. Extra AF, Butterfly 23. Hey, boo. and me. Oh, excuse me. My and Mimi. My and Mimi. Okay. 1, 2, 3. First. Okay. Thank you so much for getting here early. Thank you to be the light, all of the things. Okay, let me get these dogs in because Portia is bamming on the door. And I will be right back with you guys. Just hold on one second. Let me let this play while I run to the door.
You can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be the side hand. Thank you, Reggie, for correcting her. I will be the side chick. The mistress, the side chick, the hand. It's whatever. I mean, name calling is what y'all do. That's just, you can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be the side hand. Thank you, Reggie, for correcting her. I will be the side chick. The mistress, the side chick, the hand. It's whatever. I mean, name calling is what y'all do. That's just, you can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be the side hand. Thank you, Reggie, for correcting her. I will be the side chick. The mistress, the side chick, the hand. It's whatever. I mean, name calling is what y'all do.
That's not true. Name calling is not all we do. Okay, let me give you guys some news before we get into anything. So we read the motion. Who did not hear the motion? Is everybody aware of the motion that was filed? Is everybody up to date on that? So there was let me just wait and hear. There's no point in asking a question and not let you guys answer it. Let me see. Let me put up a poll real quick. Who does not know, who is not up to date from this weekend with what was going on? Considering that my video is no longer posted over here, we can go over it. Because I would have said, guys, I just put up a video on Sunday, which it's posted on Facebook and Patreon, but it's not over here. But we're not going to go through the whole thing again. Didn't read it. Do you know what's going on? Oh, Teeth didn't read it. I don't care what you know what I'm saying. Like, girl, we're talking about us right now. Dre's Runt Over Crocs. Were you in members last night? Dre's Runt Over Crocs. Oh God, that was funny. Look, Dre's Runt Over. You trying to throw me off, ma'am? Who? Sylvia can't read, girl. Come on now. How do we expect her to read? So you want me to talk about Sylvia going off about the new indictment, but she didn't read it, so she was actually going off about the wrong thing? Is that what you want me to talk about? Because we talked about that last night in members. We can talk about it a little bit over here. I don't mind. But if you want to get like the good, we talked about it last night in members. Yes, but she didn't read it. I'm just saying she did not. She absolutely did not. She glossed over. So let me tell you guys, did anybody Teef said y'all are too much. Okay. Hold on. Let me put up my thing. Who isn't up to date on the case, on Neesto's case? Who's not up to date? It's okay to say you're not up to date because we're going to get up to date if we need to. Who is not up to date? Can you guys hear me typing? Okay. Who is up to date? Who is up to date on Neesto case? Who is not up to date on Neesto's case? Okay. Who is not up to date on Neesto's case? Me, can we go over it? Or I'm current with the latest. Okay. Go ahead and vote so we know what we're doing. Okay. Hi, Boo. How are you? Did you have a good weekend? Dark and lovely. Hey, Boo. Okay. Y'all are funny. Okay. Uh, let's see. We're waiting for the votes to come in. Who Pebble Lane is over there with her ear hustling avatar? That is hilarious. Was she misinformed the entire live? You're talking about the one when she came on after Woody and she was like, "Oh my god, let me call Sonya. Let me call Sonya. I'm gonna call Sonya." Teef is not up to date. Teef, I can't help her. You know what I'm saying? She's not, I can't help her. If she wants to lurk from the bushes, that's her business, but we're not helping her. Teef went down to that jail and read the book of Daniels, and Nesto got an indictment again. She did. She went, she prayed, he got indicted. Okay. It was funny. Did you guys catch that? Who didn't see Sylvia's live when she called Sonya? Um, and somebody from the audience graciously informed Boots on the Ground. Is this what we're talking about today? Is this what y'all want to talk? Y'all want to gossip a little bit? Are we doing a little bit of gossip and pointing fingers? Are we pointing fingers today at people who don't know how to do their work? Don't know how to read, don't know how to research, and fly off the handle about nothing? Is that what y'all want me to do? Is that what we're doing? This is what we normally do in members. So y'all, you didn't see it. Okay. Hey, let's talk about that. You weren't in members last night. Hey, let's talk about it. It's always up for anything. You're awesome. Hey, let's talk about it. She's like, look, I'm just here for the show. I love you guys are so much fun. Yes, I'm authorized to gossip a little bit. Okay. Okay, okay. Yes, I'm authorized to gossip a little bit too. Remember IS prayed R. Kelly Kales right into 30-year sentence. She is praying Nesto. Yesterday, some of you guys, we had a nice little group yesterday in Patreon, but I think I'm going to do that. So when we do a member live, I usually put the member live into Patreon, right? I think I can do it where I can hook the live to Patreon as I'm live in YouTube members. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. But we showed the prayer partner visits. So if you missed Sylvia's last 2 visits to Nesto, it's in member live here, but we did a live for all members. So it's if you're not a free member on Patreon, get into it, because a lot of we had a nice little group. It wasn't a huge group, but we had a nice group yesterday who joined for that. And then afterwards it went into the paid area, but it was kind of like, you know how you in the summertime there's the movie in the park and they'll show a movie like a blockbuster movie in the park. It was kind of like our version of, movie in the park or movie under the stars. I forget what they call it here, but they do it at the amphitheater, and they'll play a movie and you bring your blanket and your picnic basket and all that stuff, right? It was giving that. Let's see. Handy Girl is windmilling with the same lies. Bible lady can't read. Okay, so you guys want me to tell you what happened? All right. Let me see if her video is still posted. Hold on. Just in case she pulls it down, it's okay, because number one, um, we read it. We watched it already. But let's This was funny. Okay, so let me tell you about it before we get into it some. There was one part specifically that I thought was interesting. But let me tell you what happened. So someone from the audience tells Sylvia that Neesto has a new indictment. She's like, "What? What are you talking about? Really? Ugh, okay, before I comment, let me go look. Let me go look." So she goes and she signs into she signs into Facebook. She signs into Odyssey, and I'm assuming it was Odyssey, and goes and sees that there's a new indictment. So she pulls up the indictment. Oh my God, how are they doing this indictment? The dates are all wrong. So she basically went off of what someone said in the audience, which what they said was correct, but she misunderstood the entirety of the message. But basically, her assumption is that the new indictment had everything to do with the car situation with Shirley rather than the contract with Mark Kroll for the house, the notarized contract with using someone named Amanda Johnson's name. Also, a counterfeit check, a bogus check, and theft of services, all of the things that they just accused him of. My voice impressions are hilarious. Thank you. So, she immediately took the first message that person told her in the chat that it had to do with Shirley, and she looked at the indictment and she's like, I don't need to read the indictment. I don't need to read it. The dates are wrong. I know the dates. Neesto bought that car in January. Da, 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 da. But she's looking at the wrong paperwork. She was looking at the new indictment, but really what she needed to look at was the motion, because the motion had everything. The motion had the motion, but it also had Exhibit A, which was the Shirley proposed indictment, which is on the books. I saw it earlier today. It does have a case number. It is posted to the Fulton County. It's done. So the indictment is there. Let me pull it up for you guys real quick. The Shirley Strawberry indictment, the Strawberry letter indictment is there. Okay. Hold on, let me see. Do I just have it on my deck? Hold on, because I already purchased it. You know that song? I'm gonna find your loving. You better find my heart. I did find a song. That song has been in my head all day. Dun, dun, dun. Nothing's gonna break us apart. Maybe that is Drake? It's been in my head all day. Okay, here we go. So it is indicted. The Strawberry indictment is there, but it's not what she thought it was. So, okay. You know what? I don't even want to make it this big. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like I'm going to make it back. Y'all won't really be able to see. But let's see. Let me do it like this. Okay, maybe that's good enough. Girl. All right, so this is the next indictment. Okay, 25 SC 00551. It's right here. This is the one. in the name and behalf of the citizens of Georgia, do charge and accuse Ernest Williams of the offense of identity fraud for the said accused in Fulton County. This is the one that was Exhibit A, on or about January 28th, 2020, willfully, fraudulently, without authorization, consent, and consent, used and possessed with the intent to fraudulently use the name, date of birth, social security number of Shirley Strawberry, identifying information concerning a person by applying for credit and purchasing a Ford F-350 vehicle in Shirley Strawberry's name without her knowledge or consent. And said crime was unknown until at least July 7th, 2022, contrary to the laws of the state and good order, peace, and dignity thereof. Okay, so this is that. It's indicted. It's got a case number. It's got everything it needed. Okay. Boom. Okay. Someone mentioned Shirley, the car, whatever. Sylvia flew off the handle and was like, it's so corrupt. It's so corrupt. This is corruption at its finest. How you gonna do that? That just means we all gonna be getting indicted. And I'm thinking to myself, no, it doesn't, because Neesto put himself in positions and places and with people to be fingered as someone who could potentially have done these things or did these things. The average person is not doing that. Contrary to what criminals think, everybody is not on some nefarious behavior. Everybody is just not. So to think that you're at risk because of what he's going through is not only stupid, but it's short-sighted, and it just kind of says how she's living, because everybody's not out here doing stuff and putting themselves in a position or even around people who are going to accuse them, because they're not doing it. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so her thought process is crazy. But anyway, again, like I said, someone from the comments came to her, told her what was going on. She went and pulled up the first thing and jumped to a conclusion and then called Sonya. Now, you guys want to hear this? Because we talked about it last night in members, and we could talk about it again, but we're not going to just hover too long in it. The chicken and Mammy Fresh keep trying to make us be a jury in Nesto's case, like them running their mouths on the internet is going to get Nesto out. It's not. I don't know. They seem to think, okay, I'm not going to say they. Maybe Sonya feels that being on the internet, she's helping change the discourse. Sylvia just wants content. And if you listen to her later in the evening, that's what she said. She said, I may as well. She said she doesn't like to do the Nesto topic because you guys are so mean. But Sonya was like, well, why not? You don't have to give an opinion, just give the facts. And then Sylvia's like, I just don't like it, you know? Girl, she can't help but give her opinion. Mammy Fresh makes me weak every time. Right. This is just the YouTube streets. Me looking for someone to change their account name to Nesto got fingered. Me looking that doesn't sound good. I didn't mean it like that. I fingered as in pointed out, or fingered as in targeted, right? I didn't mean fingered as in fingered. You know what I mean? Like taking it back to ninth grade fingered. I didn't mean it like that. So please, if you're in the bushes and you are sensitive to things being said, yeah, don't take it that way. I meant like, you know, pointed out, targeted, anything like that. Anyway, let's see. She can barely read. Okay. Who is not up to date on the Nesto case? Me. Can we go over it? Okay. So whoever's not up to date, there's about a quarter of you guys who say they're not up to date. We just went, Neesto just got indicted, 2 new indictments. Let's talk about them really, really quick. We just talked about one, and then there's another one on some identity theft. Okay. Hold on. All right. There's the second one. If you want a full, whoever's not completely up to date, I'm going to drop the link to my Facebook. Make sure to like the page for me. It does help and I appreciate it. If you want to watch in depth, then you can catch Sunday night. And we went completely top to bottom, had a time, all of the things. And you can get super duper caught up on all of this. But I'm not going to go all the way through it because I don't want to like bore everybody who already knows. But let me pin this link. Go check out this link on Facebook. This is the complete live that was here on YouTube. It's just not anymore. I've already talked about why it's not. It's not a big deal. It's everywhere else. So just go click it over there. And just if you are not a follower or like have liked the page over there, if you would, I would greatly appreciate it. You're watching from South Africa. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to our sis. Welcome and settle in and make sure to stay active in the chat. And we are talking about Earnest Williams, who is the ex-husband of Shirley Strawberry, who is the co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Hopefully you may know some of these American shenanigans, but yeah, that's what's going on. So welcome, 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 sis. We are happy to have you. Okay. Let me see. Bougie Gang, please hit the thumbs up. Thank you. Okay. So right here, let's talk about this really quick and then we're going to move on. Then we'll go over to Sylvia's real quick. Okay. Let's do it like this. Let me pull this one out too. I don't want to make it too big. Oh God, why did I just click out of it? Jesus. Okay, that's the other one. One second, guys. I just clicked out of it by mistake. Okay, here we go. This one. Okay. This is not. Okay. All right, guys. So this is the second indictment. This is the one with the identity fraud, the forgery, the theft of services, deposit account fraud, forgery in the 3rd degree, deposit account fraud. Okay. So 2 deposit account fraud, 1 forgery in the 1st degree, 1 forgery in 3rd degree, and theft of services and identity fraud. Okay, let's go. Hold on. I would like to have this bigger, but until I figure out like what the problem is, I don't want to go too big. So hopefully you understand. So in the name on behalf of the citizens of Georgia, do charge Earnest Williams with identity fraud. So this is going to make sense in a second because Sylvia was notified about this new indictment. She pulled it up. She saw the dates. She saw the offense, identity fraud, March 5th. Oh my God, that doesn't even make any sense. That's not the right dates. She went ham for 20 minutes and made it and applied all of this to Shirley, but it wasn't the right indictment. The first indictment that I read to you, this one right here, this is the Shirley one right here. This is the one identity fraud that relates to Shirley. Okay. This is the Shirley Strawberry right here. And it has her name, right? It has her name right there. This one is not Shirley. This is the one she pulled up. All she looked at was bolded, and that was it. And they went off. You could not, people in the chat were trying to tell her, Sylvia, read the, I don't have to read the indictment. This is corruption. Anyway, let me read this to you guys real quick and then we'll pivot. So in the name and behalf of the citizens of Georgia, I'm going to just summarize it. Earnest Williams charged with the offense of identity fraud. March 15th, willfully, fraudulently, without authorization, consent, used and possessed with the intent to use the name of Amanda Johnson's identifying information concerning a person by cause a lease agreement for a residence at Pine Grove Road in Georgia, to fraudulently notarize using Amanda Johnson's name, contrary to the laws of the state of Georgia, good order and peace thereof. Second charge, or count two. Earnest Williams is being charged with forgery in the first degree. The date is March 15th. Fraudulently possessed and fraudulently made and possessed a fraudulent notary seal stamp in the name of Amanda Johnson. So they used her identity, then they created a stamp and possessed it for the state of Georgia in the name of Amanda Johnson. A writing other than a check. So they were basically using her seal to notarize documents in such a manner that the writing as made purported to have been Amanda Johnson. So they were using her stamp to notarize documents in her name as if it were her. So made by Amanda Johnson and by the authority of Amanda Johnson, who did not give authority and uttered and delivered said writing contrary to the laws of the state, good order, peace, and dignity thereof. So, and she just, you'll hear it. If you didn't hear Sylvia, it's absolutely insane. The next one is Earnest is being charged with theft of services that on or around March 15th and June 6th. By theft of services on or about March 15th and June 6th by deception with the intent to avoid payment. So this is, again, PGR and Mark Krall, the residence where he had the use of the property, the furnishings, the amenities of said property, and wrote a bogus check in the amount of $24,999.99. Okay. Count 4, deposit account fraud. On a Wells Fargo account, Earnest Williams is being charged that in consideration for rent at the residence on PGR, knowingly that said check would not be honored. Where's the one that was counterfeit? Okay, so count 3 was knowingly delivered 2 bad checks. Number 4 is the Wells Fargo bad check. That's number 4. Count 5 is forgery in the 3rd degree, April 6th, where he presented, I believe, is this the one where there's the counterfeit check? With the intent to defraud, knowingly made, possessed, uttered, and delivered a counterfeit check in the amount of $13,000 on the drawer of Black Heritage Radio Association and a fictitious. Who is calling me? Okay, we're not going to take a check. Okay, counterfeit check for $13,000 for Seasons Comfort, and then on a fictitious drawee by the name of Urban Trust Bank. Okay, counterfeit check, and then we've got charge 6, which he is being accused of deposit account fraud for the services that he wrote the check for $13,000 to Season Comfort for a HVAC replacement system. If you want to hear the full reading of that and all of that, just hit the link that is pinned above. And we went through all of this. I just don't want to touch on too much of it right now, just because, girl, it just, for some reason, there was something problematic, and we're just going to keep it very cute reading that. So, okay. Um, okay, let's get into this. I would imagine it's still, she thinks, so did you guys say, all right, let me see what you guys are voting. That's pretty much current. So anyone who is not current on Neesto, click the link, and that's going to help you get caught up on everything. But the last thing I'm going to say about Neesto is that Neesto went from having the RICO and having the sexual assault case to having now the Shirley identity theft, and then the other case with Mark Krall, Amanda Johnson, and various banking charges. We talked a little bit about Cardi B, but we're not talking about it right now. I think it goes to jury today, so maybe we'll talk about the verdict. I didn't talk about it simply because, well, we talked about it in members like last week for a little bit. The thing with the Cardi, first of all, it's a civil lawsuit, right? When she goes to court again, I think she has a criminal matter, the one where she threw the microphone at somebody. That's the one I'm more interested in. But this is some security guard that she was walking into a doctor's professional building, and the girl was basically, kind of being a groupie, filming her, harassing her all the way up to the elevator and to the doctor's office. And the woman has the nerve to sue Cardi B, saying that Cardi scratched her and all kinds of stuff. And I'm gonna just say that when I started watching it, first of all, I was a little taken aback because the sound wasn't good. The sound did get better. But it was very ghetto. I'm not gonna lie. It was very, very ghetto. The lawyers are like, I don't know where those lawyers came from, but it was giving very much like, oh my God. I was waiting for the judge to throw it out every single time. Like every 30 minutes. I was like, when is the judge gonna this is crazy. It's crazy. You could tell that the woman was lying, and it just seemed like a waste of everybody's time, that like Cardi had to pay for lawyers. That girl probably did not pay for her lawyer, because that lawyer's probably banking on getting a payday. And if he gets a payday, then he's going to get a portion of that woman's proceedings from Cardi B. And if he doesn't get anything, he doesn't get paid. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed fake. If I didn't know any better, I would have just thought it was fake. I'm gonna be honest with you. It just seemed like, my God, is this really happening? So I hope Cardi prevails. I'm not gonna, if Cardi were in the wrong, then Cardi would be in the wrong, but I don't think Cardi is in the wrong at this moment. She was pregnant with her first baby. She was trying to go into the doctor's office, and the girl was trying to be an aggressive fan and was harassing her. And I hope that the case is dismissed and Cardi doesn't owe her $1. That's my synopsis of it. Because I watched the first day for about an hour. I watched a little more the next day, some of the testimony. Cardi was giving me some life because I enjoyed her outfits, because it was almost like she was showing up in costume. She was definitely giving, oh, you want over the top? I'm going to give you over the top. I'm going to make sure that you know that Cardi is not Belle Khalice Almazar. I'm giving Cardi B. Like, that's what you want. You want some Cardi B action? I'm going to show up and give you 100% Cardi. And that's what I felt like she was giving. So it was cute. I liked the outfits and stuff like that, but it was very, very, very ghetto. And that woman should be ashamed of herself. It's almost just as bad as ASAP Rocky situation, but at least the ASAP Rocky situation had some validity. There was actually a situation that happened, and it it wasn't worth going to court for, but at least it had some validity that it actually went on for a couple of weeks type of thing. This is some pure bullshit for a money grab. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see the jury verdict. I think we're going to see a verdict today, maybe, I would assume. Um, I don't think the girl has, I think her lawyer was crap. Not Cardi. Cardi's lawyer was interesting too, but the lady, her lawyer was very aggressive. I didn't like him at all. But yeah. Okay, let's get back to this. If you want to talk more about it, just let me know what you want to talk about specifically, but I haven't gave it a lot of attention because I've been stuck in Florida with the Adelsons, okay? Or the Adelsons, however we're supposed to say it, girl. Okay. All right, let's pivot over here. We're just gonna try to keep real quiet. We're not gonna be here too long, okay? Can y'all hear if I go like this?
But most places you gotta be 62.
Because we don't really need to have it on the screen, because if it's on the screen, this is what it's giving. And we don't want to see that. Like, there's nothing to see. And we're not going to read her chat. Nobody cares about her chat. Okay. All right, hold on. The moment
when out. These other new charges, and now supposed to be the
y'all, if you'll be able to pinpoint the moment where you realize, like, she really doesn't know what's going on. It's kind of funny.
Deposit account fraud.
Hold on.
I didn't hear anything about it.
You can tell she's in bed. It's very rare that I'm even sitting on the couch or like in the dining room to talk to you guys. I'm usually, and she is not me and I am not her, so don't take this as a comparison at all, but I find it very difficult to be like, even when we're being cute, funny, and just having a good time, I just find it so much easier and so much more appropriate to sit at my desk. I've got 2 desk setups. It just makes it so much easier. If I were laying in bed, I cannot even imagine the shenanigans I would be talking to you guys. I'd probably be cursing up a storm. It would just be too much. It wouldn't be professional, and I damn sure wouldn't do it on this channel. Even as silly as we get, I just I can't see myself doing that. But you could tell she is obviously in bed and she must be on her phone, because when they alert her that there's some tea going on, you can hear her like she got to get all the way out of bed, probably damn near turn on a light, fire up the computer. It's very unprofessional that you're on your quote unquote professional page and you are damn all the way up in the bed and not handling business like you actually want to check. Oh, you're welcome. It was fun. I mean, it was funny to me. It was good. But the one that's later is the one that's troublesome, because they actually talk about the kid, the little girl, and there were some troubling things that I heard. I'm not going to repeat right now, but it was very kind of like, what? It's some weird shit.
Indictment other than the one that happened last month. Let's go check it out. Let me see what you're talking about, because I don't know anything you're talking about.
That's because you're not up to date. You're not up to date. You're not current with the status of the streets. That's why you don't know what's going on. Right, guys? That's what happens when you are not up to date.
Let's see.
Not Caucasian side hen. Oh,
on
and
the
I
house.
did a little fact checking last night, guys. If you are in Atlanta, I'm sure you already know this, but Atlanta, oh my God, and I can't remember the stats right now. Hold on. Atlanta 2025 diversity stats. She was saying that Atlanta was like 52% white, and it was like, no, ma'am, it's actually 47.3% black, 34% white, okay, 5% Asian, 6.3% Hispanic. That's the city of Atlanta. Now, Metro Atlanta is 34. Maybe that's where she's off. Is 34% black, 43% white. But at the end of the day, even if you're looking at Metro Atlanta as a whole, you're still looking at 57% non-white. Okay. Metro Atlanta 34.3, 43.3 white, 7% Asian, 12% Hispanic. But if you couple all of your melanated people, you've got 43% white and you've got 57% black, Asian, Hispanic. Okay. So, man, what are you talking about? Where's this 52 you're talking about? No matter what, it's still not 52. I'm just gonna, because she's gonna in this later in this live, this portion where Sonia is called in, she starts giving some random statistics about the diversity and the population breakdown, and it's just a quick Google search to get the statistics, and baby, she's wrong.
All stuff and Shirley. Let's see what you're talking about. It happened on the 28th. Okay, let's see. Let's see what you're talking about. Ernest William.
And the statistics that I just read off to you come from the Georgia Power Economic Development website. I can drop the link for you guys. I didn't pull this out of my ass. I checked 3 sources. They were all basically right about the same. And this is obviously a reputable, non-biased reporting. So, boom. Okay, just so you guys can have that. Real statistics, not just something someone pulled out of their ass to spread propaganda. Okay.
Let's see. Where's she? Ernest William.
Well, it bothered me because, you know, I live about 3 hours away and they always compare Atlanta to Charlotte, even though Charlotte is much smaller. It's a similar type vibe. And I knew that couldn't be true. I just knew it couldn't be true.
Oh, the forgery in first degree, January 22nd. Deposit account fraud.
Okay, so you guys who have not heard this, what I just read to you guys earlier, this is what she's looking at. And she's reading it and she's looking at the dates and she's like, wait a second, that's not right. That's not right. This happened then and that happened when, and all of that kind of stuff. And she's immediately going to go off. Like she's just, wait a second, that's not right. Oh my God, that's corruption.
Forgery in the third degree. You guys know that's Fulton County for you, man. This is funny. It says the dated is 3/15/2022. Theft of service.
And then she's laughing. It's crazy. She sounds like a mad woman.
Oh, Fulton County, I tell you. Fulton County. Oh my goodness. Identity fraud. So now they charge you with the identity fraud now, huh?
Oh, thank you, Integral Matters. I appreciate you.
Oh God. I watched the new indictment charges on YouTube last night. Y'all, come on, y'all. This is Fulton County now. Now you're gonna have all these other new charges. And those supposed to be those charges.
It doesn't even sound like a nervous laugh. It's just giving you're laughing. But the man has been in jail for over 3 years. And if you really cared, why aren't you? It's like she was picking up the phone to gossip and not kind of like with concern, like, oh my God, you guys, like, oh my God, Sonia, did you hear? It was almost like, oh my, look, one of my subscribers told, you know what I mean? Like she was calling her on some gossip, not on concern for their man that they share, their polyamory situation. The polyamorous of it all.
Indictment. Thank you, Miss Pisces. They got it for April 6, 2022. See, that's going to be a problem, y'all. You know why it's going to be a problem? Because you're doing it after the fact, and the statute of limitation has already expired on those things. Supposedly, this was done back in what, 2021? So statute of limitation, you know, they fishing for real. They fishing for real hard. County being petty in the name of, y'all, seriously, look at the date on here. March 15th, 2022. And supposedly the car was purchased when? Oh my God. This is like putting the horse before the cart. No, the cart before the horse. Yeah, that's the way he said it.
Y'all, the dog, Amazon just came to the door, so Portia is going crazy. You see, just going bananas. So she's seeing the March 15th. She's seeing let me look at OCGA. I'm going to look up these statutes because I hadn't looked them up yet. And we'll see what the statute of limitations are. She thinks, so here she is saying, oh, how can you do that? The statute of limitations. Da, da, da. Now, I did see something where it said that the average is maybe 2 to 5 years on certain things. But if it's 2 to 5 years, if it's 2 years, obviously it would have expired. But if it's 5 years, it obviously has not. Wouldn't the deputy, whatever Will Wooten's title is, like chief deputy DA in the financial crimes unit, don't you think he would have researched if the statute of limitations had expired? Like, do you think he needs Sylvia damn always in bed doing her podcast, Tumasimi, to help him know when the statute of limitations is for his work? Like, the fact that she thinks that the statute of limitations has expired and that she's going to like uncover that is crazy.
You know what? They should feel real stupid. They should feel real stupid. They should feel real stupid now, because now what probably happened is because the judge is going to rule against them. So now they're trying to do this indictment. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. You know, Fulton County, I got to do better than this.
Lady.
Fulton County, really? Wow.
Listen to the noise in the background. It sounds like either Sylvia her bed is next to the refrigerator, or she sleeps over under the air conditioner, but it sounds like she's got a refrigerator running. Maybe she has a refrigerator in her bedroom. Just listen, it's super loud.
Oh. So Shirley's going to have to come back to court, and she's going to have to testify. Oh, wow. Wow. The deposit account fraud. Theft of service. This is going to be very interesting. Thank you for Miss Pisces. Thank you. This is going to be very interesting, y'all. I'm really going to see how, I got to see how they make this work. I'm really going to see how they're going to make this work here. They non-complex. Ooh, child. But they're gonna have to see. There's a lot of errors in this. If he gets a good attorney, all of this could be thrown out because there's a lot of errors on this himself. Any good attorney.
Okay, can we stop at if he gets a good attorney? Neesto has been sitting in jail for over 3 years. What are you proposing if he gets a good attorney? Isn't that smack worthy? Is that giving, girl, go smack yourself 3 times? Like, what are you talking about if he gets a good attorney? Where's he going to get a good attorney from? He's stuck with Sean Life Without Parole Hoover. That's what he's stuck with. Are you kidding me? That's all he has. Sylvia, girl, what are you talking about if he gets a good attorney? Girl, from where? He's stuck with the public defender's office. Unless he wants to go pro se. If Neesto goes pro se, that's going to be at some foolishness. If he gets a good attorney, this should get thrown out right away. How does she all of a sudden know so much, Sylvia Esquire? Girl, Sylvia Esquire, girl, what was her name on Murder, She Wrote? It's like Sylvia, Murder, She Wrote, Matlock, Esquire. Okay.
Attorney to tell you that what they're doing now doesn't make sense. They're throwing anything but the kitchen sink on this now. Everything but the kitchen sink.
Oh, thank you, July. Thank you so much. Ooh. Thank you, July Ruby. I appreciate you, hun. Thank you.
This is very interesting. Very
interesting.
Thank you, Miss Spicy, for that. Interesting. Let's see. So they still
Angela Lansbury.
and the judge still has not ruled on the other thing, huh?
Nope. And you know what? Will Wooten filing the motion with Shirley's vehicle may be forcing Judge Dunaway's hand at making a decision. She assumes that the judge is, her assumption, you'll hear it in a minute, is that the judge is not going in the state's favor, and that's why he filed it. I almost feel like it's possible he is going in the state's favor, but also still filing it just because this is a highly contentious situation. And if Neesto is double downing and not wanting to either come in on a guilty on his own without a deal, or not trying to concede to anything, he's just going to stack and just go ahead and document as a crime that was recently discovered. So even if it were to get thrown out, it's still going to be on the record. And the only reason why it wouldn't be able to move forward is possibly if the statute of limitation was expired. But at least it would be on the record that there were charges attempted to be filed because a crime was committed. So either way, it might just be a tactical move to make sure that there was a crime, and the state is acknowledging that, and they're putting forth charges. So it could be something to nudge Judge Dunaway, and it could also just be something to preserve it on the record that they feel that this did occur, right? So I don't know. I could be wrong. If anyone else has any other opinions about it, let me know.
This is a hot mess.
They want him to be innocent so bad. I'm looking at.
Let's see what the judge ruled on this already.
Nope.
The judge still has not ruled on the other one, y'all. So they're filing these indictment on something that the judge still is under advisement. This is so crazy. So that's the only way they can get that in there if Shirley files. And this is
Listen to this. OCGA 16912 A1 defines the offense as identity fraud, which involves the fraudulent use of another person's identifying information. The statute of limitations in Georgia, the statute of limitations for most felonies is 4 years. So let's look. If it's 2022, guess what? Guess what? It's right there. I see you on Facebook. JW Wright, are you okay? I see you angry. Gigi, Rhonda, Kiva, Chanel, thank you for tapping in. Hello to all my Facebook friends. The statute of limitations, at least on OCGA 16912 121A1, the identity fraud, the statute of limitations is 4 years. Guess what, Sylvia? You were wrong again. They are well within the statute of limitations. Okay. I'll just look at all of them. Okay. But it's been charged. So it's water under the bridge now. He's been charged and it's a stick in. Okay. The statute of limitations has not expired, ma'am. It's like she says all these things, but she doesn't do her research to validate her thought. It's okay to think something. So I'm not trying to down her for saying that, but why don't you, before you tell your audience something, why don't you look it up real quick? It takes 2 seconds to look it up on your phone and like, oh, I was thinking maybe the statute of limitations could have been expired, but I just looked it up and it's 4 years. Like, you don't think Will Wooten knows enough before he brings charges against someone to make sure that the charges can stick and are valid? Come on now.
after
A charge
the fact. So
and
I
a
don't know how this is
stick-in.
gonna work.
Who's going to change their name to that? A charged and a stick-in.
I don't know how this is gonna work for real. Hey, Trevor. Hey, baby. Hey, Trevor, darling.
No, if your teeth touch your
I really
chin,
don't know how
it
this is
affects
gonna
your
work. We're
critical
gonna see how
thinking.
this plays out.
I want to know how this gonna play
We're
out.
gonna see how this is played out. This is interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm sorry, but this kind of show you that they really don't have a case. Sloppy work, Fulton County. Sloppy work. Even us not being attorneys. See,
What? Who's she talking about? Even us. Like at the end of the day, girl, we don't even know if you have a high school diploma. These are highly educated people. How are you going to criticize them so harshly? I don't know what they're, you know what I'm saying? Like, how are you going to criticize? Even I'm not cool with Judge Dunaway taking so long to make a decision, but I certainly haven't, me personally, I would never question his credentials. And the fact that she sits there and is so critical of the state, but you want to go plop your behind down on in the courthouse and then you want to criticize about stuff that you really don't know. Because on top of all of this, she's reading this indictment and she's thinking that it pertains to something else. So on top of everything, all of the inflammatory comments, she's completely wrong about what she's talking about.
shenanigan. This is crazy. You have this man in jail that many years and you still adding on stuff. This doesn't make sense.
Hey, Soul Power. Hey, boo.
Oh God, I need to call Sonia and tell her this.
It's the
Hold
crazy
on, y'all. Let me call
thing.
Sonia. Hold on, y'all.
And
Let
it's
me call
the
Sonia. This is funny.
it's also being a bone collector.
All of y'all that's been watching this case should show enough know this is foolery. If you have an airtight case, why are you still adding more stuff in there? Why is the judge not ruling on the stuff. This is crazy. This is corruption at the highest point. Seriously, y'all. Corruption to the highest point. There's no way the county should allow this mess. And go Woody, he's on live. Let's see what he got to say.
This was funny.
Hold on.
Yeah, man. Y'all see him right here with my nephew now?
Let me see what he's doing. Woody. Let's see. Let me.
She
first
thinks
call
she's
Woody,
got
then
some
I'll
sort
call
of
Sonya.
special relationship with Woody.
Let me call him. See, he just popped up in here.
He just went live, and
Please leave your.
Oh, he's.
So she just saw he went live, and her first thought is to call this young man who's living his life, going live and making money on social media. Your thought is to call him. Isn't he working? It's like, Sylvia, just because you don't make a check doesn't mean that other people aren't making one. Woody has to get in contact with his audience. People 12 hours ago thought he was dead. So he needs to show up and let people know he's okay. That's number one. And then number two, girl, straight to voicemail. Okay. DMV. Girl, straight to voicemail.
Let me text him. Hold on. Let me text him.
She's calling him like that's her man or something. It's like, ma'am, he's working. Hey, Woody, I'm live. I thought you want to give me some content. Hey, Woody, come give me content.
Hold on, I just text him. Okay, let me call Sonya now. Hold on, y'all. Let's call Sonya.
That picture of Blabbermouth makes me laugh all the time. What about this one?
Oh, yeah, I know Sonya is gonna go ham, right? Hold on, y'all. Let's call her. She's gonna go ham.
Yo, you know Sonya's gonna go ham, right? Let me call you guys on live, and let me let you guys see my bestie go ham. Let me set my friend up for the okie doke.
Trevor. Hold on. Numbers are getting big. I guess people say, "Oh, she calling Sonya."
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm on live.
Okay.
I was live doing an update on Woody, and he's fine. He's fine. He's at the hospital and everything. But anyway, Miss Pisces came in the chat, and then she says that what do I think about the new indictment for Earnest? I said I did not know anything about new indictment. So then I went and I checked it out because I did not know, what was going on because I haven't done anything on that. So I went in there and they have some charges and a new indictment as of the 28th of August. And it has to do with Shirley stuff.
Oh, the truck.
The truck and the says forgery. And let me go read it. Hold on. Let me go back to read it. Hold on a second. I gotta get up.
I low-key think Sonya already knew. I'm not gonna lie. I do. I think she kind of already knew, because if that was my boo and something came up and I'm like, what? What happened? What are you talking about? Where'd you see that? Screenshot it. Let me see. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't giving surprised enough. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Well, August lady, that's a good point. She doesn't really care. Girl, she might be in the middle of some action right at the moment, because girl, she's a whole mess. So maybe to your point, sis, maybe she doesn't care, but it's either she doesn't care or she already knew and she was trying to play surprised.
Go read it. Hold on. Blue says good morning, Sonya.
Good point, daughters of the legend.
All right, okay,
absolutely. Yes, great point, sis.
Hold on. Let me pull
Girl,
it up.
she heard it from my live. Girl, she was mad at that live. I think she was mad. Somebody was mad at that live, but that's okay.
They just did it. It's 25 SC 005427, and it says identity fraud for March 15th, 2022. Which, let me tell you, how would it be March 22, 2020? When the car was purchased in January? Yeah, the car was. That is way.
Because you're looking at the wrong indictment. That's number one. Number two, To the sis's point, somebody made the point about the RICO being if this charge gets tied to the RICO. Here you go. This sis, but it wasn't this comment, but our sis Rochelle made a comment that if the charge gets tied to the RICO, they'll have more time, but it was within the statute of limitations anyway. The statute of limitations is 4 years on that charge, but yes, don't they have up to 10 years or something? The state has up to 5 years to add it as a predicate act in the indictment. So plenty of time. Even if it's 1 day, it's still on time, right? As long as you get it in under the time, baby, it's valid. Okay. It's just not in their time frame. They think like, why are you dragging everything? Because people don't like him. He pissed somebody off and he's getting some of his karma back.
Off number 2. Next one is forgery first degree 3/15/2022. Then theft of service 3/15/2022. Deposit account fraud 3/22. No,
you see, she's reading off what we just talked about, but she thinks that's all related to Shirley, but it was related to the notary, it was related to Mark Kroll, and it was related to a series of bad checks. That indictment wasn't related to Shirley. It's a second indictment that was related to Shirley. So she's just totally out of order at this moment.
3/22/2022. And then
2022
fraud account 4/6/2022, and forgery in a third degree 4/6/2022. Oh my God. Let me tell you. First of all, the car was purchased in January, so why is the fraud thing going in as a date of offense of 3/15 and 4/6 and 3/22?
Because you're reading wrong paperwork, Dodo.
No, you know what? I would go straight on to trial. I wouldn't take a plea, especially now.
Sonia sounds like she had a nice cup of wine and an edible, and she has laid down for a long winter's nap. It's like, Sylvia, Sonia don't care anymore. She transferred that over to you. She got you thinking Neesto's your boo thing. That's why you were showing him all your teeth and your shoulders, and you were singing him songs. You were doing praise and worship over at the jail. Like, Sonia don't care anymore. Sonia was eating an edible, and she's trying to figure out like what her next move is.
Force her to come to court and lie in court. And with the documents that to show that she's behind it too. Mm-hmm. I'll make her come to court. I would.
Oh,
he ain't got nothing else to lose. He's been in jail forever.
I don't think he's going to take a plea. I don't think they even offered a plea in the first, which is odd because everybody gets offering pleas because they're offering murderers.
No, they did offer him pleas. They offered him a couple of pleas before.
What were the pleas that were offered?
I know one of them was back when Hannah was around.
Maybe he didn't tell you.
I can't talk over the phone. I can't. I'm on live. I can't talk. I can't talk. Remember, I can't talk. I can't talk.
I don't think they ever did because he never mentioned that they ever offered him a plea. It was a lot of things they never did with him. And it was kind of weird that they never went and asked his side of the story. Somebody tried to say, he spoke to the police. He never did. They just straight arrested him. They never went to him and interviewed him and asked his side of any story.
But they can't really ask him because he was represented. He can't ask him.
No. I'm talking about when all of this came right to light.
Yeah, but they can't ask him. Once he's represented.
Everything happened after the arrest. Because all of those interviews happened after his date of arrest.
Yeah, but he's always had an attorney. They can't ask him anything unless they go through his attorney. So they can't ask him.
Mm-hmm. Right. But even still.
So I've spent 35 years in criminal law is saying she's finding it peculiar that he's never been interviewed by the police, which he has because it's on the discovery. Okay. That he had an interview with Detective Gooden, and I'm not talking about the Tasha K. I'm not talking about anything from social media. I'm talking police interviews, interrogations, right? It's like she says all the time Neesto has never discussed his case with her. But how do you know, if he's never discussed his case with you, that he's never interviewed with the detective? There are detective interviews logged on to the discovery sheet, which are not Erica King. It says specifically Erica King EK interviews. And then there are defendant interviews. It's on the discovery sheet. It's right there. He talked to the police. He might have talked with his lawyer there. We don't know. We're not going to know. But when they start the trial, that's when we're going to know. When the detective comes in their nice suit and sits down for 2 hours and talks to us about everything. That's when we going to find out. Okay. And then, okay, let me get back to my other point about Miss 35 years of criminal law experience. How is it that you don't know that when a suspect, or AKA the defendant, whomever, is arrested, after they choose to no longer communicate with the police, after they say, I need an attorney, and their attorney comes and they are speaking for them, why is it that you don't know that he can't talk? When they brought him in, or even on that body cam that they showed in court, it's on Pam's channel. He said he needed his lawyer's phone number. I don't know if they took that as he was lawyering up, but he lawyered up.
No, you still should be approved.
The notary stamp was stolen. That was what's the name's notary stamp? That was Erica's. Remember, Prince?
Okay, if it was Erica King's notary stamp, it was still a fraud because Erica wasn't a notary. Erica wasn't a notary. And that's his co-defendant, and anything she did as a notary on some fraudulent scammery, the person whose interest the scam was in is also going to catch a charge. Duh. If she was notarizing documents for him and you know that she is not a notary, you're taking it too.
Miss Pisces, that was Erica's. She was the one that was acting like she was a notary and a attorney.
Myself, what court cases has Sylvia been following? Because it doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't expect everybody to know what I know or what the next person knows or anything like that. But at the end of the day, this lady calls herself a courtroom blogger. She calls herself a journalist. She calls herself all kinds of stuff. And it's like they go back and forth of like, why are we even listening to them? Because they sound so, but it is entertaining because they sound so stupid.
Ernie and all that stuff. That was her stuff.
Okie dokie.
That was all her, but she didn't get anything but what? Probation, time served and probation.
Yeah, she that was her stuff. That wasn't never.
Girl, she makes it sound so simple. Oh, Erica just got time served and probation. Erica got 19 damn felonies, 18 felonies and a misdemeanor. That is not easy to overcome. Unless her man has money like that, Erica can't get it. Where's Erica going to get a job at? Who's hiring Erica? Her LexisNexis is shot. She can't get a job anywhere. Anybody who's running background checks, it's going to be like, you're really nice and everything, but we can't do anything with you. That's it. She's done. She's going to need to create some sort of income. She's going to need to like babysit if she can, if she's nonviolent. She's going to need to come up with such, girl, she's going to need to start knitting blankets. She might need to start, get her sewing machine out. She might need to, if she's got good handwriting, do hand lettered invitations. She might need to get into some craft type work, bake cakes, make pies, serve pizzas. I don't know what to say, but she's not getting a like they say in politics, a good paying American job. She's not getting one of those. Okay, she's not getting one of those.
In the house that he was in, it was in her house, the house she was in.
And she's probably on a check anyway. Great point, Justin's mom.
Did y'all forget?
Just volunteer service.
It says about the house and checks. He wrote, not the truck, just letting you know. You said about the house and the truck, not the truck. It's about the house and letting you know. But the house was done with Erica. That was Erica.
Yeah, but you know the same rules don't apply for us regular folks. Donna Trump got in how he could get in, but average lady, 18 felonies, baby. I don't think so, hun. I don't. I mean, I don't. And also, she is barred from doing anything with fiduciary. So cashiering, working at a grocery store, working at Walmart, working in retail where you have access to money and goods. She's not going to be able to do that. But you know, like Justin's mom said, she's probably on Social Security disability because of her MS.
I was all Erica for the house.
Yeah, that was her stuff.
She did that, not him.
If y'all read the arrest report for her arrest report, that was hers. They had the date on those things.
Mm-hmm.
You have to read the whole indictment. No, but you got to remember the indictment. Even the date of the house is wrong too. 3/22. That's not the date of the house. Remember, I have the whole indictment right in front. I'm talking about the arrest record.
Okay, this is what I want to say. Sonia, did she just start singing?
The house rental was not 3/22.
So your boo thing is in deeper doo-doo and trouble. We haven't heard one time. Let me call Neesto. We're going to find out if she's lying to Sylvia soon. I need to send a request for the text messages and stuff. At the end of the day, she didn't say, well, let me call Neesto. Let me see what he knows. She hasn't said one time, let me call Neesto. She hasn't said one time, let me send him a text real quick to see, you know, is he okay? Nothing. And then what does she do? This weirdo starts singing. Okay, just listen.
The house rental was not 3/22. That wasn't the house rental. The paperwork says another name, not Erica. The case so is crazy. Read the indictment. They change it over to him and they think they flip it on him. The indictment, read paper. That wasn't the house. The house rental was not 3/22. I'm talking about the
hear her
arrest
sing.
records. Remember, I have the whole indictment right in front. I'm talking about the arrest record.
Sylvia cannot formulate a sentence if it were to save her life. Look how mad Hoover looks. Why is she singing?
The house rental was not 3/22. That wasn't the house rental.
It's like Sylvia is more concerned than her, and that's her man.
The paperwork says another name, not Erica. The case so is crazy. Read the indictment. They change it over to him and they think they flip it on him. The indictment on there is 6 charges. Yeah, I just read the 6 charges on the indictment. But y'all see what I'm talking about. But whatever they doing, they doing it after the fact. They did it after the fact.
Everything in the first was weak. That's all it is. They try to come up with something that's solid. So all the other stuff that they originally charged them with was just garbage.
They said they've changed it over. He has a lawyer. They can't talk to him at the lawyer's up. Yeah, I know. From the beginning, he had a lawyer. That's why I was saying they couldn't talk to him. I know the hate for Ernesto is so bad that you guys don't want to really pay attention to what's happening.
So she immediately pivots to, I know that the hate for Ernesto is so bad that y'all want to be unfair.
But it's putting the cart ahead of the horse. It's coming afterwards, after the fact, because they still got him in jail. The judge still has not ruled on the other stuff. They're trying to
On the
still
other
find a way to
stuff,
keep him in
it's
there.
more
I mean,
stuff,
look at all
guys.
of this.
Justify all of it
There's
because
stuff that
if it
has
turns
to
out
be
It's a hot mess.
this
A hot
Just like
mess.
they did the YSL dude when he got found not guilty. Then they came back with those assault charges from a fight in jail and gave him again no bond.
Well, his name is Yak Gotti, and I love how Sonya loves to quote YSL like shenanigans to, not that Sylvia's an expert, but Sylvia was there pretty much every day because she didn't have anything to do. On top of the fact Sylvia got arrested in the mist on YSL. Like, why are you quoting something where Sylvia drove every day? Why are you quoting YSL to someone who sat there every day and watched YSL in the flush? I had a pastor that used to say flush instead of flesh. In the flush. Okay? Why are you sitting there trying to quote to Sylvia, because you damn sure not quoting it to us, about Yak Gotti, okay? And we're not even going to get into all of that, but Yak Gotti did beat somebody's ass. And to think that he and really could have almost killed that person, you don't think he deserves to be charged? Oh, but she's going to say people fight all the time in jail. Mock Sonya's mad voice. Oh, I will. I just have to like hear her say something when she does. Just give me just a second.
It's the same scenario.
Yeah.
It's the same steps.
She's not even mad right now.
Oh, well, he can't have a bond on that. Why? Everybody fights.
Somebody said, well,
jail.
apparently she didn't put it on him because that's in the indictment. So y'all justifying the way they're doing this because y'all dislike the
So
man?
somebody asked a question and then Sylvia flips it too. So y'all justifying the way they doing this? No, I mean, but no one's justifying anything, but at the end of the day, the district attorney is going to do what the district attorney's office wants to do. I mean, just having a conversation is like, damn, girl.
And so bad.
Because they don't ride, exactly. Because they don't
Yeah,
like
you see, here's the deal. The system has to be fair on all the way around, okay? If this man supposedly did all of this, why is it coming out now after it's been since what? He got arrested in 2022, right? July 2022.
So because it's not on Sylvia's time frame, it doesn't make sense. Is that what they're saying, guys? It's not on their time frame, so it has to be some corruption. It doesn't make sense. Didn't the situation with Shirley just unfold in the last 6 months because they pushed the vehicle search suppression so hard it made Will Wooten have to dig and get the receipts, and he uncovered that there was fraud? Isn't that how they weren't even pursuing that? That's why it came up. They weren't pursuing it. This big dummy and his girlfriend decided to try to push the narrative with the free 99 life without parole attorney who looks very angry all the time. And because of that, Will does all of his homework and has time, did the research and pulled the receipts and was like, oh, damn, I done found something else. And then because of that, and y'all still want to be funny and y'all still don't want to concede, and he's not sure what the judge is going to do, he's going ahead and saying, you know what, let's go ahead and document this. Let's go ahead and run up a charge. Let me go run this by the grand jury, see what they have to say, and we're going to just go ahead and put this on paper. You don't know what they're talking about, so let's just go ahead and argue it out, okay? We're going to just go ahead and run up another bag on you with another indictment. We're just going to go ahead and put it on. You're trying to pretend like you don't know what's going on. Well, we're going to just go ahead and present the receipts, and we'll just present it as an indictment. How about that? Is that what you want? You want another indictment?
Two.
3 years.
And then now it's 2025. Now all of a sudden you're coming up with this.
Because they can.
That doesn't make sense. Y'all not doing your work. Suppose it was trial.
It sounds like they are putting in a lot of work for the amount of paper that these people are putting out on Neesto. It seems so. You're saying they're not doing their work because they're doing too much work. It sounds like damn Hoover, who's mad because bloggers are doing their jobs. You can't get your ass home from the steakhouse fast enough because someone's going live on what you hadn't had a chance to get in the portal, so you want to hide documents. So because what gets me is the people who are lazy, who don't do their work, who are mad at the people who do. So people mad at Will Wooten, people mad at Fonnie Willis, people mad at the bloggers. You can't be mad. Stop being mad. Catch up.
Occurred when it was supposed to occur.
And then too, she didn't come out as a victim to say this is what happened to me and this and the other. They needed something to kill that Fourth Amendment, so they went digging and was like, "Hey, we need to have this search stand."
Here's the deal. Look, I don't have to read the indictment to know they put the cart before the horse. I don't have
to read the indictment to know that they put the cart before the horse. I don't have to read the indictment to know that they put the cart before the horse. You put the cart. Sylvia, you're mad about the wrong indictment. You're mad about the wrong indictment. You're arguing bad facts. Those facts don't pertain to the argument that you're having, you big dummy.
Read the indictment because the indictment, according to the thing, it occurred on 3/22. 2022, 4/6/2022.
She doesn't see that Amanda Johnson's name is written like 15 times on that paper.
And 3/15/2022. He's been in jail since July 2022. So if these things occurred, why are they not on charges already? Why do you wait till 2025 to put these in here? That's all I'm saying. I don't have to read the indictment to make common sense of stuff that's not making sense.
Girl, you don't have to read it to make common sense, baby. This is so hilarious. But you didn't. The messed up thing is that you're making an assumption based on what someone told you in the chat, which you guys do bring valid information. So it's not that. But the person who told her did try to clear it up with her, like to try to say, no, it's this. No, it's that. But Sylvia, Miss I Know Everything, she's probably still tripping on the fact that the chat had to bring her the tea and she's allegedly boots on the ground in Atlanta. Miss, I got the keys to the courthouse. Okay. But you didn't know what was going on. Okay. You didn't know. You were not up to date. You were not caught up. Your chat bought you the news. So you're trying to be an authority on what you did not know. And you didn't even, the paper only takes 5 minutes to read, but you're making a whole argument based on something you didn't even read.
With the forgery.
I'm having a performance issue. What's going on?
No, I'm just trying to, let them see, because I know the hatred for this man is so bad that they blinded by what the system is doing and not doing things the right way. That's just all I'm saying. This man's been in jail since July 2022. This is August 2025. You put an indictment now.
Someone being in jail has no bearing on whether you're getting a new charge. Okay. Do you think that the city of Detroit, my Detroit people out here, Wayne County, do you think Wayne County gave a shit that Jarvis Butts was sitting his ass in Wayne County on a gun charge when they dropped all types of charges on him, including murder, and then 2 more charges that he just got in the last 2 months? That man is stacked with cases. He's got damn 17 charges. Okay. The fact that he was sitting doing a bid for a felon having a weapon for 2 years and probation violation and whatever else he had, did that have any bearing on him getting a murder case once they declared the young girl dead and passed away and all of the other violations that went with it, and then subsequently 2 or 3 more cases? No. He could be in jail till next year. If they got more cases and more victims come, then he's going to have more cases and he's going to have to deal with them. Sitting in jail doesn't make a difference. People in jail catch new cases all the time, and not just because of stuff they did in jail. It's just your ass isn't on the streets to manipulate the news so that the detectives and the victims, if they want to step forward, can. So sometimes taking someone off the streets gives space and opportunity for the victims to be able to step up and crimes to be able to be investigated. That's why Neesto's mad. Neesto wants to get on the streets to try to show his face and manipulate people. So make people scared and they're going to shut their mouth. A lot of times when people get arrested, more stuff comes out because now people feel comfortable talking, because when they're out on the streets, they're scared.
Why? We got to make sense.
Being able to comprehend information is very important. Absolutely,
because they can
daughter of
realistically.
the legend.
I mean, does it make it right that they can do that?
absolutely.
I mean, that means that the rest of us, for the rest of our lives, we're going to get indictments all the time.
Girl.
Remember, we all don't walk a straight line in this world. There are crimes that you probably committed. And
If you don't walk a straight line in this world, then you need to just let the chips fall where they may. But those of us that do, that don't rob, don't steal, don't cheat, don't scam, don't kill, don't hurt, harm, harass, any of these people out here don't have a damn care in the world. Okay? If you're out here on some violence, scammery, cheating, robbing, killing, all of that, you have everything to be worried about. If you're out here breaking the law, be worried. If you're not breaking the law, stay safe.
don't even know you're committing.
This lady
I'm just telling you guys, you gotta just really, pay attention.
Pay attention.
Pay attention.
Well, that's good. You know what? I'll say that to say, now everything needs to come out. Everything.
Well, I guess they need everything
needs
does need to come out.
The fact that how was all the other cars purchased in the same manner, and so why isn't that a problem? Because the G-Wagon was purchased the same way that she was driving.
I just find it so crazy that Banya is so comfortable speaking on Shirley Strawberry. It's like, how whack is that? How corny are you? Neesto doesn't even claim you. You're just handy girl. You're just a secretary, and you're over there and you're talking on Shirley's business like you actually know her. See, I talk on Shirley's business because that's what I do. That's what I get. You don't get a check. This is what I do. You're not a blogger. You're just a lady who doesn't keep her legs closed to married men. That's what you do. You're over here talking on this lady's husband. You're over here talking on this lady. You don't even know her like that. You don't even know Neesto. You've only gotten to know him because you caught up with him at the jailhouse because you were feeling away and you were waiting for him to come back through with them 2 black dildos, the liquid V and that black mask, to play with your neck.
Well, they everything does need to come out. Maybe that's what it's for. Everything to come out.
One thing was a problem, and when they were married, and he signed her name, so they say, while they were married, and she never.
Neesto probably freaked her behind out. He freaked her out. Just speaking.
Remember, the second time he went to court, it was for her charge. It was for her garnishment from the eviction.
Okay, so then they're gonna have to come after her for her because remember somebody was reading her bankruptcy, and they were saying certain things that she put in there where she was single and she was married and all that. What about all that? That means a lot of people gonna go to jail. Period.
So you're saying that Will Wooten is gonna start prosecuting federal tax problems? That's what Will Wooten's gonna do. He's gonna incorporate some federal tax situations for Shirley. Come on.
2016 to 2018. She lied on her bankruptcy in 2018 and said she was single.
How do you know? So if I were Shirley, I would put on my nice, cute little outfit and I would drop kick Sonya. I would drop kick her so bad. Sonya, they're talking about your PPP loan in the chat, girl. Sonya, do you want to talk about your PPP loan? Someone in the chat's calling it out. Do you want to talk about Miss Janice up there in Ohio? There's somebody out here that is suing you that says you did something to her house. There's a lady named Miss Janice in Ohio that got something to say about you. Girl, are you cool with them PPP loans? Like, they talking about you in the chat, Sonya. Okay. Look at the avatar.
Married, that she did not live with anyone in the past 8 years. I've got the documents.
I've got the documents.
I've got the documents. You know, that's a lie. That's perjury. It says it when she
lied on her bankruptcy. I got the documents. Everything needs to come out now.
Fine. That this is.
I know
perjury.
somebody was
She
reading it
signed
on.
falsely. Yeah, and she did.
No, I'm saying I heard it. Somebody was had her bankruptcy up and they were reading it. You know, folks been pulling people bankruptcy, which I don't pull people bankruptcy to read it. So I just
nobody cares. No one's gonna tune in anyway.
read indictments. I just
Girl,
read
people
indictments.
come over here for the Sonya tea, and that's it. Okay, we come over for the Sonya tea. Ain't nobody coming for you to read anything. Trust, okay?
I don't read bankruptcy because folks is reading my bankruptcy. You know, they'll try to justify.
Girl, we didn't have to hear about your bankruptcy. Everybody already knows you're broke. You beg for lunch, damn underwear, Amazon packages. I mean, Amazon is about as cheap as you can get. The fact that she has to have her audience buy her basics from Amazon is pathetic. It's awful. It's awful. Gas. Gas, lunch, draws, rent, computers, toothpaste, bras, men, everything. Girl, it's like a whole subsidy over there.
Here's my thing. That means a lot of folks gonna go to jail behind this whole thing because
a lot of people going to jail
as well because Erica represented her in her case as her attorney. You know, so where's her indictment for that?
But you know what? The government gets to choose.
This is what I can say. This is what I think Shirley's gonna do. Okay, Shirley's gonna. Mrs. Strawberry, can you please come to the stand? Miss Strawberry, when you got evicted from Bent Creek Manor, can you tell us how that went? Well, I was working and I think I was in Chicago or Los Angeles, and my husband told me not to worry about it and that he was going to take care of it and that he'd hired an attorney. And I did not have to worry about it. Miss Strawberry, can you tell us about another time that you had to go to court? Are you familiar with your garnishment? I became familiar with it. I got a letter from my job and they said that we were being garnished and we owed rent. But my husband said that he was taking care of it. I was working with a capital W. And no, I didn't know anything about it. He told me he would take care of it. Mrs. Strawberry, were you aware that you were not on the lease and you were not evicted from your house on Bent Creek because of non-payment of rent, even though you were in violation of non-payment of rent? No, I didn't. I don't recall. Are you aware that you were evicted because of a different lease violation because you were actually the only person on the lease? No, I didn't. I don't recall. I don't think I signed that lease. I didn't sign it. Were you aware that your husband was not on the lease? No. Would it surprise you to find out that felons are not permitted at that location? No, I didn't know that. Was it problematic for you to secure housing knowing that your husband was a felon? Well, that's why I let him look for. Remember when Shirley said I like to let you look for the houses? Do you remember that on a call? She says I like for you to look for the houses. Why do you think Shirley likes to let Neesto look for the houses? Number one, because we get kicked out because of you all the time, right? That's one. Number two, because he's a felon. How is she gonna look a celebrity adjacent? She's a celebrity in her own right. She's, I say this all the time. She's had a wonderful career and she's very well known. How is she gonna look scouting an apartment or a house and have to say, by the way, my husband is a habitual offender? Will there be a problem with this application and he's a felon? Let him do it. That's his dirty work. You find 3 houses that you qualify for, and I'll make a decision of the top 3. You go scout the locations and I'll approve. But I'm not running my business, so they're going to associate it with this face, this voice. You go check it out. That's why he was the one looking for houses and apartments. He's the felon.
Choose who they want to indict and who they want to.
Listen, everything is done so that the government wins. The government does us how they want to do us. That's just what it is.
What about headbands, Justin's mom? You're not buying underwear, but do you buy packs of headbands?
Miss Pisces said it's not about anybody liking him. Bottom line is that they're not letting him out or by hook or crook. He's cooked. Let me leave that alone. As I was saying, just because y'all don't like him does not mean that it's okay for them to do those things that they do. That means they could do it to anybody. We can't pick and choose who gets the fair treatment in the justice system. We all should get fair treatment in justice, especially people of color. I'm not going to sit here and be happy for some.
Well, Sylvia, if what you say is true and Neesto had an opportunity to walk his ass up out of there back when Hannah was around, then he's even dumber than I thought he was. I'm sorry. If he had a chance to get up out of there, which we don't even know what the parameters. Let me tell you guys this. Any of you guys who are watching Donna Adelson, allegedly she had a plea deal to get out, like time served, if she gave up Wendy. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but I was watching Joel on Surviving the Survivor, and he had a guy named Tim Jansen on, who is a lawyer in Tallahassee. And he said that he was talking to someone in the courthouse about a different matter. Anyway, it was some courthouse gossip. And he was told basically that Donna had been offered a deal and she turned it down. She had a deal to time serve. She's 75 years old. If she's prosecuted, she will get life without parole. They offered her a deal to turn in her daughter, and she chose to not. Now, I mean, we'll have to do a separate Donna conversation because I don't want to get too deep into Donna. Right, because it's stupid because number one, Donna will be life without parole. And if Wendy gets prosecuted, the boys are going to Canada. You're not going to see them anymore anyway. If she gave up Wendy, at least her and Harvey could have the boys, girl, until the day comes that they're not living anymore. I mean, they seem to be hanging on. Harvey looks good, actually, to be 81. Harvey looks real good, but he's living in that $2 million condo. And it was $2 million when they bought it back in when did they buy it? 2010. It was $2 million. So it might be a $4 million condo now. They live at the Icon. Anybody in Miami? They live over there at the Continuum in the Icon. Over on Brickell.
somebody to get fair treatment unfair. I can't do that. I can't do that.
System.
Well, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that.
So that y'all wouldn't think it's racist, but it is racist. Atlanta is 52% white and 46.
She's a liar. 52% and then 46. She's such a liar. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
7%
In Brickell, excuse me.
But the court system, how often do you see a white man in court?
Well, I see it a lot of time of the injustice that's done in the court system, the unfair treatment, the amount of. I see a lot.
3 years we've been going to court. I've seen one white person in court, and this guy beat his wife for white people's talk. That was the only time I ever seen a white person in Fulton County court in front of a judge. Everybody else is black.
Yeah, I see a lot of that stuff going on, but
everybody else is black.
But us black folks, we're okay for that.
Black people are not the only ones committing crime in Fulton County.
But we're okay with that. We're okay as long as somebody we don't like. We're okay with it.
Let's just go after the black people, and that's deliverance. And if you throw a black person in charge, they try to mask it and say this isn't racism. Yes, it is, because you're purposely going after black people. Y'all purposely doing this to black. Like the one case I showed you where the guy had 124.
Okay, hold on. Let me read what Love to Shop says. I don't think it's legal to add charges without resolving initial indictment. Some of the stuff is civil. I'm analyzing by legality, not emotionally. Thank you, Love to Shop. You're right. That's the way it should
Thank
be.
you,
But,
Drake.
It is what it is.
The Empress.
We got the most hatred for our own people that we okay to
Thank you so
justify
much.
folks treating us wrong
Hey, boo.
because we don't
Thank
like
you,
a
hon.
person. That's not cool. Not cool at all.
But they know black people operate emotionally.
Not cool
That's
at
just
all.
what it is.
Butterfly Empress. Thank you.
Fair treatment on all around.
You gotta think about it. It's not a surprise because every time we went to court,
Thank
they kept
you,
bringing up his
Empress.
past. They never talked about the evidence and the facts for the current charges that he ever had in court. Remember, Judge Adams had to check them.
But yeah, Judge Adam was not playing with them.
you.
And what did Judge Adam do? Judge Adam, as she dropped those charges, and she didn't drop them.
You see how they just talk? Sylvia's real reckless with her mouth. She's saying that the judge dropped the charges. The judge can't drop charges. The judge can throw out a case. She could dismiss the case. She could say the case is without merit or any of those things. They have some things in their power. They can rule on certain things away, but that's not what happened. That's not what happened.
She closed it out. She wasn't playing with them.
The judge did not close it out. That was on the district attorney, and the district attorney null-prossed it, and then she bought it back later.
Yeah.
Judge Adam was not playing with them. So now they got a judge that's not really willing to go ahead and take care of the case because there's no way that he.
Matter of fact, she told the judge that she was going to close it out. She never closed it out. And then for some reason, it ended up in front of Judge Manning again. And Judge Manning was like looking at the notes and they were saying, can you bring us up to speed on that? I have it in my hearings folder and it's in the Neesto folder. That Zoom hearing, we have it where Ernell Winfrey is saying, yes, I was supposed to close out that particular. Maybe we'll look at that tomorrow. I'll have to find it and then we'll play it. But Ernell Winfrey basically was answering for the sexual assault charges. And she said that, yes, it was supposed to be closed out. Yes, we were going to null process it, but we're going to just bring it back as an indictment, period. And they did. They bought it back May of 2025. They did that.
He should have not ruled already on that
Exactly.
on that suppression
It should have
thing.
been ruled back in December when we went to court.
Yeah. If Judge Adams had it again, but you see, Judge Edward and Judge Adams had the both cases. What did they do? They closed it out. They're like, okay, this is a little bit too much. And remember, Judge Adams said
she keeps giving the judges credit for closing charges, and that's not the case. Like Sylvia tries to get on people for being accurate and spreading misinformation. She's spreading misinformation at this moment to give the impression that the judges are responsible for closing out charges. Like I said, they could dismiss a case, say it's the charges are unfounded or whatever the case might be. But there was no ruling on any of those cases. That was maybe there was an admonition or something to say, hey, if these cases are not indicted, I want them, I want you to figure out what you're going to do with them. it is not the judge's responsibility to tell the state how to charge people or what to do with their cases. I mean, I guess it is, it's their job to make sure that the flow of justice is going and that once it comes before them, that they're handling it through the court. But at the end of the day, if there's no indictment, it's hard for them to proceed. So if they have come, they've had hearings, they had a preliminary hearing, they had a probable cause hearing, they are coming back again for a case conference and all of these things, and there's still no indictment, at a certain point, we're going to get this off my docket. That's what I think happened. But that it was never dismissed by the judge, as far as I know. I could be wrong,
have the recording. She said he is innocent until proven guilty. She said that.
She thinks she is eating by saying Judge Adams said that Neesto was innocent until proven guilty. That's called due process.
She's like, she was not playing with them. She's like, okay, where's the evidence?
Oh, hold on a second.
Told them to charge.
You know, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play her live.
And they did, but they used it when they needed this Fourth Amendment to be thrown out. Then they hit them with the R charge, because we need to show the seriousness of this case. But why didn't you charge him 2 years ago when Judge Adams told you to? He told you to charge him 2 years ago, but you didn't. You wanted to throw it out because this Fourth Amendment was on the table. Now they're trying to say, oh, well, let's make him look like a hardened, criminal, and now let's hit him with that. Why didn't you hit him with it back then? There was no more investigation to those charges. He should have been charged with that case back in 2023. That's when he should have been indicted, because it was his word against her word. No evidence, no pictures, no conversation, nothing else. It should have went then. There was nothing else they had to investigate regarding those charges, but they kept going in front of the judges lying. We're still investigating. Well, the detective said in court, she never told anybody anything. She never went to the hospital. She never said anything to anybody.
And whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to that initial police officer? Remember the one that never shows up?
Never comes to court.
What happened to that one?
Everything.
Yeah, the one that knows everything. That person never comes.
He never comes to court.
Exactly.
So I can't speak on that. And they were like, well, where is he at?
Where's he at? Yeah.
She was like, I don't know. So, but you're in court testifying to an interview that you didn't do, to a person you didn't talk to, but you're sitting here testifying that he did it. And you didn't have no conversation with the girl. The other officer did. The same officer who said, let's bring in a drug dog, to a truck that didn't have any drugs in it or smell of any drugs, or he wasn't under the influence. The same officer. But let's not bring him to court ever. Yeah, none of it makes sense. Yeah. And then when you read the transcripts, both of her testimonies don't align. And every time they come to court, they got to lie. Because he did it, then tell the truth. You shouldn't have to lie on him if he did something. Why do you keep coming to court? And she keeps coming to court calling him a liar. I'm
still waiting for the judge. I'm still waiting for the.
He's a liar.
Look, I'm still waiting for the judge to make a decision on that thing that was done back in December. That's what I'm waiting on. I don't know what's going on here. It's like, okay, why the judge not making a decision yet?
It should have been made in December. It wasn't a traffic stop. He was over 100 feet away from the truck, and the truck was never an issue at that time. It was just a warrant from something that he pulled up in a Hummer 2 years in 2020 at an establishment. And they said that he lied and got $10,000 from somebody. He had a warrant for that. So that had nothing to do with him driving something, that vehicle, because it was a Hummer he was in at the time, not a Ford, So, and then it wasn't a traffic stop. So it was no reason for them to touch that vehicle, ever.
Look, Farrah just called me. I'm going to have to go pick her up real quick. Did she say the part about them talking about the phone calls? That there were phone calls, and did she get to that part yet? Did I miss that?
At an establishment in December. It wasn't a traffic stop. He was a
thing that was done back in December. That's what I'm waiting on. I don't make a decision on that thing.
And she keeps coming to court calling him a liar. To discredit.
I'm still waiting for the judge. I'm still waiting for the.
He's a liar.
Look, I'm still waiting for the judge to make a decision on that thing that was done back in December. That's what I'm waiting on. I don't know what's going on here. It's like, okay, why the judge not making a decision yet?
It should have been made in December. It wasn't a traffic stop. He was over 100 feet away from the truck, and the truck was.
How was he 100 feet away from the truck? 100 feet is approximately. It's a little over 30 yards, 33, 34 yards. Okay. Any of you guys who saw in the body cam video when he was arrested, the car was maybe 10, 12, maybe 20 feet away. She's saying it's 100 feet away. How do you know it was 100 feet away? You weren't there. How would you be 100 feet away when he literally just got out the car and was taking pictures and he wasn't 100 feet away? You could see it in the body cam video. Over 100 feet away. Can you believe that? She's such a, like, it's like she just makes stuff up.
Never an issue at the time. It was just a warrant from something that he pulled up in a Hummer 2 years in 2020 at an establishment. And they said that he lied and got $10,000 from somebody. He had a warrant for that. So that had nothing to do with him driving something, that vehicle, because it was a Hummer he was in at the time, not a Ford. You know, so, and then it wasn't a traffic stop. So it was no reason for them to touch that vehicle, ever. Mm-hmm. And all the time that they would talk, just go back to the phone calls from November when she had to go pick up that truck and listen to everything they spoke about that truck. Her, him, and the son, when they kept talking about the truck. Now, one time did she mention, well, I don't even, we wouldn't be here if he put that truck in my name at first, but she never says anything to that nature at all. Other than it's just so big and I don't want to drive it because of how it looks. Because she was coming out of the G-Wagon into a Ford pickup. That's all she was talking about. She wasn't talking about anything else. Nothing else. And you're paying the note. Why would you pay the note if it was illegally put in your name? The payments only came out of her account. He never made one payment towards that vehicle. It all came out of her account.
So that's where I get. I don't.
How am I paying for a vehicle that I feel is fraudulently in my name? But I'm paying the note.
Paying for it after the fact.
Why would I ever pay the note?
And you're still.
I would be like, get it out my name. Get it out my name.
And she's still paying for it right now.
She was paying for. Listen, when they got that vehicle, they had only had two. They were shopping that month, those couple of months. They were shopping for vehicles. You could see it on the emails, right? They were shopping for the Hussein, which was Bentley. He didn't have it yet. They were shopping for that F1, whatever, that 350 or whatever it was. And they were shopping for something else. They'd only had one vehicle, which was her red G-Wagon that she had under her bankruptcy. When he purchased that vehicle, it's on the insurance card with her G-Wagon, which means you have knowledge because you have the insurance card. To lie and say, I only found out after he was arrested, which every 6 months they give you a new insurance card. And both of those.
Why does she feel like she needs to be so knowledgeable on that lady's husband?
Those vehicles, and I sent you a copy of the insurance card. It says owner Shirley Strawberry, and it has the G-Wagon and it has the Ford.
I'm gonna also say this is a married couple. They were living together. No matter if he was at a hotel cheating, he was a bum, he's a scammer. At the end of the day, that was Shirley Strawberry's husband. And at the end of the day, if she had an insurance card with that F-150, F-350 on it, guess what that was? Her business. She still may not have known when he purchased the car that he was purchasing the car. After he bought the car home, maybe she became knowledgeable about it. Who knows? It doesn't even matter. Is that a picture of my screen? That is hilarious, Muttley's boo. Hold on. Which picture is that? That's this picture right here. That is funny. Oh my God, you guys are so funny. It's like she's so knowledgeable. She has to be so knowledgeable about what's going on with this woman and this woman's man. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Didn't Neesto tell her the trick was paid off? Oh, the truck, girl. You said the trick. He did tell her the truck was paid off. He lied to everybody. You guys, I'm gonna have to come back. I gotta go get Boo Boo. She has some downtime in between getting out of school and her game, so I need to go get her. I can let me see how much longer this is. It's like 2 more minutes.
On the insurance
okay, let me go put my
she's
shoes
riding
on.
around with her insurance, and she sees that on
I'm
her
gonna have to come back so we can
the
finish
car's in her
our
name,
talk.
it says owner on the insurance
Which
card.
this is good timing
That's a lie.
anyway. We don't need to be.
You see it. You get a new insurance card every 6 months. It's right there. That G-Wagon on her bankruptcy, she lists as her only vehicle, which is on that insurance card along with that.
I felt like there was a part where they talked about some phone calls from prison. and that there were some very specific calls. And I was thinking to myself, how do you know? You say you don't even listen.
Truck. It's on the insurance card. So to say I had no idea.
Listen, but your insurance card, you don't have to be the owner of that car.
You know what I'm saying? When you drive, you have a copy of your insurance.
You do have a copy of it. You know.
So she saw it. Yeah. It's in her glove box. It's right there on the insurance card. The insurance card was issued the same month as.
Look, this is what I have to say. No matter what, Shirley's not on trial. And when they put her up as a witness, Hoover better be careful to pay some respect. Okay. At the end of the day, Neesto needs to prove his innocence. His defense should not be trying to drag Shirley for to gain his freedom. His job is to refute and to bring, I guess, additional evidence to create reasonable doubt. It's not to drag the legendary Shirley Strawberry. Okay. And on that note, we'll finish it. We only had a few more minutes left, but I gotta go, guys. I'll be back. And please drop down the comments what else we were supposed to talk about, or are we good? Let me end the poll real quick. Hold on a second, guys. Thank you to all of you guys who dropped your milestones. But yes, this was some sheer lunacy. It's just, these ladies are just absolutely nuts. Okay. Who's not caught up? Anyone who is not caught up, make sure to click the link above and it'll take you to the live from Sunday. If you missed it, it's over on Facebook. Go back to the beginning if you want to know why. It's not really worth talking about. It's there. It's available. All the information you guys need is right there. Otherwise, when I come back, I mean, I don't know what else you guys want to talk about, but we'll figure it out. Okay. All right, you guys, have a good rest of your early part of the afternoon. I'll see you guys a little bit later. Okay. All right, guys, take care. Have a good one.